Alright folks, sorry for the technical difficulty. As you can see, we're having a little trouble with the film right now. Bear with us, and we'll get you back to this exciting Ken Hansen Project feature in just a moment.
Get it, this one's shot, Liddy.
Mindwebs.
Hey, what we're gonna look at? We are gonna look at Mango a Blonde from Lift Bridge in my foreign and domestic glass. Wow. Who makes these? What the? Really? So if you pour it too fast, this wasn't a clown shoes, cheap old gun guy. Okay, it's a darker ale, and it smells like mango. Cheers. While you're drinking it, it gives you kind of a drier or a little bit more of a bitter for a blonde ale. I don't know, a little bit more dry than normal, but maybe that is normal. Maybe the ones that I've had were all wrong. Couple of you late on showing up for the party for the Galactic Double IPA. Mike said SH, and Ben N says over under on how many times Eric rewatched The Boys instead of recording brew reviews. No comment, Ben. Wow, you know you're screwed when your very first comment is whiskey. From the Scotsman. Whiskey. I'd also like to say, jokingly, actually there was this guy that was in England, Robin something. He always started every one of his videos, hey, just got back from the range. And he'd never. I think he had one video where he really honestly had just got back from the range, but just got back from the range. Smile money. I was just going to send you a whole barrage of pictures of the things that got dirty, and then I was like, here we are. Well, let's see if another one can pour. Must have been operator error. That can worked successfully. It was honestly a beautiful day. It was me and David Brown and Bunky and our range buddy, my friend Tom. So actually, I don't know how many of these shit shows that Tom watches, but this morning one of his comments was he started laughing his ass off, saying that I'm glad that Eric enjoyed having your meat in his mouth. So, as always, it was a good time. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was actually just the four of us until another kid showed up, and then some people showed up to use the range when we were all done, and then moved over to use the rifle area because I brought two things. One of them you can probably already guess. My benevolent angel 312 got her cherry popped. I can now say I've not only have I finally built myself with a lot of help from you guys again, finally built myself a retro M16 replica to and the one thing is it's the most different of any of them that I've built up to this point in time because it's gray. But it ran flawlessly. It also gave me the opportunity. A whole bunch of people have been asking me about these Shoemaker. I don't even, probably from American Tactical. Now this is not the company that makes the kind of low quality shit for your shotgun. That's not that ATI. And it ran flawlessly. Unfortunately, unable to prove, and to be able to prove that, I had to waste 90 rounds of 5.56 or 223 today. I had the vintage mag that I got from Stephen Bush, and he updated the follower on it. And then I ran this guy out, final bolt hold open, no jams. This is the conversation I had with Tom out there. I really like the D60 mag, but I have to admit, in the game of possible perfection, I would think this would be more likely to not have a failure because it's the most, it's the closest to the most proven design. Just a double stack mag, and instead it like triple stacks. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a plastic cutaway of this to see how it stacks the bullets inside of it. But this one worked flawlessly. And I tell you, when at the time there was an awfully good deal on these for a 60 round mag. I was going to buy Joey a few of them and pin them to 10 rounds, or basically just right here up. The other one, let's see. 1, 2, 3. I actually had 3 things out there that I had never put a round through. In the case of the retro, that had never had a round through it ever. And the other one that had never had a round through it is the Lynx. Here's what I can tell you about the Lynx. The Lynx, even though it has an adjustable gas block, and I tried every scenario on it, it does not like target ammo. It does not like low brass. And if that's the case, oh well. It would not cycle. It would not cycle low brass. And unfortunately, the only thing that I had one box of some double-aught buck, and I had only had 5 rounds of it. Ran it flawlessly. And then I was putting my white box Winchester range target ammo in there, and you couldn't get 2 rounds out of it. So then Tom gave me a couple of slugs. Ooh, daddy likey. It's like say goodbye. It's awesome. I mean, this is exactly me. This is exactly what I wanted in a 12 gauge. I'm not gonna go skeet. If I did something like that, I'd get Christine one first. She's been wanting an over-under 12 gauge for as long as I've known her. I'd probably get her one of those first. But for like home defense and range fun, this is exactly what I wanted. And I mean, I don't have a problem with it. The problem is I don't have any shotgun shells on hand. I have some of those PDX, which is good for home defense. And right now I have 5 slugs in here. So I now at least know that it runs fine as long as you give it what it wants to eat. And I mean, don't get me wrong. If you had to, you could use it as a single shot with the range stuff. And of course, three things. 1, 2, 3, 4 things. 4 things that had never had a round through it, and it was this guy. And you know what? I don't know how many people said, "Oh my God, that is just going to be a cannon." No, it's not. It's very controllable, and I stopped shooting it because I ran out of ammo. Otherwise, I would have kept on shooting it, and I have no cuts, no blisters, no marks. It was a very, very comfortable gun to shoot. And then if you really, I mean, for instance, the first couple of shots, I mean, the first cylinder worth, when I have Christine shoot it, I'll just do the 44 specials, because those were the 44 Magnum equivalent to a 357 shooting 38s through it. So this is just a frickin' just a riot to shoot. Just a beautiful shooting gun. So yeah, that was fun. Let's see, the MCK. I told you that because I was going out to the range, that it was just a proving grounds. It's the scope is not on. The scope at 25 feet was shooting a little low and a little left, but I wasn't there. I wasn't there to sight it in. I was merely there to see if my clearance modifications to the inside of the chassis would resolve its ability to be a trustworthy gun for home defense. And I put 2 30-round mags through it and 2 of the 15-round mags through it without a single hiccup. So the problem that I was having the whole time, and I don't know why, because the sights that are on this are actually a lower profile sight than the Go-Pull sights that would have normally come on the G20. These are the True Glows that Jay at Elite Ammunition gave me, and somehow it was hitting the inside of the very top of the chassis, and I took my Dremel tool and I just clearanced that area out, and today, flawlessly, just flawlessly. So the next time I go, and I'll go up to our hunting shack, and I am going to leave this setup like it is, hate it or whatever. I like the whole idea. I mean, even Tom, you had to even admit, if even though it adds a heck of a lot of real estate, I mean, granted, he's like, wow, it's so much heavier in mine. Well, it does have this on here, but it also has 30 rounds of 10 millimeter here and another 15 rounds right there, so it happens to get a little on the bulky side. But even on 1 power, close quarters, this is no different than looking through, say, my EOTech. So, but you turn up the power a little bit, and all of a sudden, and so I'm going to leave this on here, regardless of what anybody thinks, because you know what? This is my gun. You do what you want with yours. So I am going to leave this on here, and the next time I'm up at the shack, hopefully not too long from now, I'm going to zero this in like a carbine, like a rifle, for a dead shot at 100 yards. I brought the Kimber and put another 50 rounds through the Kimber. Again, the Kimber is just a sweet shooter. This one anyway. Brought the SIG, the CA. First shots for me out of this, absolutely tack driver. Love the trigger on it. It's such a smooth gun. And Scott, Mr. Holster, every time I used to show this, he used to rip on me, but I absolutely love this pistol. I have the utmost respect for you, Mr. Holster, but I love this gun. Absolutely love this gun. Granted, it's a little bit bigger caliber than what would have been the Bond gun, because it's a 45. This thing, I was as accurate with this. Actually, I was more accurate with this on my first 5 shots than I was with either one of the 1911s. And I don't know why. I mean, I shot this last, so maybe I had gotten a better grip or whatever. The only thing I really don't care for is these ridiculous they call it a high stress trigger. What is it? Well, it just goes to that point, and then from that point, so I don't know, maybe it's here, let me give you a moment to think about it. Yep, I'm gonna kill that guy. I'm gonna kill that guy for touching my beer. You know what? He really wasn't all that bad of a guy. You know what? I think I'll let him live. So the reasoning behind that, I have absolutely no idea. I mean, it's not like it gives you a big, heavy, long, military, cop kind of a trigger, so that they're not just getting all jacked up on adrenaline and wasting innocent people. It's, if anything, it's like, okay, I got it set now, and it's got a little, it's got a fairly decent pull, but again, this is another one where it's like almost like a 3-stage trigger. You got that high stress thing, and then you can bring it right up to the wall, and then there's kind of a little bit of a mushy area right there, and then it fires. But I find that I'm actually very accurate with this gun, and it's always a pleasure to shoot it. Not to mention, if you do have a light primer strike or something, this does give you multiple chances to get the gun to fire. I don't have a dedicated holster for this, or I probably would carry it a little bit more, but I do have a holster for the XDM that was made for me that actually works in this, and it feels fairly solid. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with the like the 1911 style holster, because the gun is a little bit more girthy. So that was the lineup. 1 revolver, 2 1911s. As Mr. Holster would tell you, a piece of European plastic junk. The shotgun, and of course the retro, and the 629 is just, yeah. So now I can officially carry it as a carry gun, because now I know that the revolver will go off. I mean, it's not a Colt Python, for God's sake, so you know it's going to be reliable. Whiskey. So, and I want to say a big thank you to David and Bunky. The one thing that I don't have jack shit on here is 45 ACP. I mean, I literally have that nervous, but I have so many things chambered in 45, and right now I could not load. Make sure I'm not being over dramatic. Right now, I don't think I could load all the 1911 mags that I have and still have any ammo left over. So, and I know Smile Money sent me a box of projectiles, and I have yet to use a single one of them. I think I have maybe 50 primers left, and I probably have enough gunpowder to make it happen. I just have to get my brother-in-law over here to help me reset up the 45 dies because I fucked them up. I saw 45 and I took them out of, because I had 2 turrets. I know, it's one of those Murphy's Law thing. It's a 50-50. I had 2 turrets set up, and I by accidentally took the 45 ACP dies off instead of the 454 Casul dies off from my brother-in-law. So if I can get him to help me get them reset up in the right order, and you know, and I know I can go through the book again. It's just, I know Smile Money, it's been a long time. It's been, shit, I bet you it's been 2 years now since I loaded anything. And that was one of the things that I actually was shooting today. I do have to admit, David, the box of ammo that you gave me, of course I noticed that the stuff that you gave me to shoot at a paper target was defensive stuff. But the stuff that you gave me was definitely had a little bit more of a zing to it than my hand loads. But out at the range, at least I've noticed the stuff that I did make a couple of years ago, Smile Money, is very consistent. I haven't had a problem with it yet. Hopefully it'll stay that way. So yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of all this bullshit that's going on. I was having this conversation with John Solar last night. My brother-in-law is like, it's not cool out there right now trying to find supplies. He wasn't able to get any powder. He had to order projectiles because they were all out again for any size. And I think he has brass. He has his own brass, so he wasn't able to get powder. He had to order projectiles. I mean, it's like, okay, here we are, 22 minutes in, and I'm fulfilling the wishes of the Scotsman on the very first comment. But hey, I know Sharky will at least be happy. There's plenty of guns there, and oh man, it makes you feel good to come home and everything worked and nothing broke while you're out there. I mean, I am not chopping up the performance of the Lynx with it being it. Maybe if it needs a little break-in time, I can tell you it felt pretty tight, and I did take it all apart and clean it and oil it and put it back together when I modded it out, and to make it what I wanted in a shotgun. And I noticed by just today, because I think I ended up putting a total of 40 or 45, 40. And we're back. Memory card full. Memory card full. I guess we don't have to waste our time with that right away. Okay. Scotsman starts off with the whiskey. Matt Davis starts off with saying first, being second. Scotsman says first, bitches. Harmarsh, I'm here and present. I'm third. Oh look, Matt's back this time. He's wearing a cap. Myhap says the cap covers the 5 ahead. J-Dog's here at work. That's an early one. Matt Davis says wow. McLean, yes, Eric, do DIY videos. You're a smart guy. You've got a lot of stuff to show people. And I got the 3 answers, and I'm going with will do. I guess. I don't know. It's usually always one of those afterthoughts. Not to mention, I just don't have the work scenario where I can just go set up a camera and do it. Do it on your own time. Well, by the time it's my own time, the job is done. McLean, Eric, big fan. I've had the worst year of my life, and Monday is my birthday. So I'm asking as a personal favor if on Monday you could have a 5-minute segment dedicated to ass eating. Thanks in advance. I love you. Please advise. Bastard. Poco wants to know if eating donkeys are even legal in America. McLean says, if I want any shit out of you, I'd squeeze your donkey. West Side. Poco, I find the fact that squeezing my donkey has crossed your mind kind of disturbing. McLean says, at least I'm honest. Well, seeing how you won't see this until later this evening, and it'll already be happening, your birthday that is, I'd like to say happy birthday to you. It'll be a little bit in advance, but not too much. Vocal Local Top 10, and in before Joey, oh yeah. McLean, you're talking shit on Chevelle's? No, I was using it as a comparison for some. See, if this helps at all, it popped into when I was trying to my brain was trying to quickly access something. It's easier to access something that I really, really like, and that is why the Chevelle was right there. Oh, any year in the Chevelle I'd be happy with, but no, I happen to really love the old. I'm not really, nowadays I'm not a fan of anything Chevrolet. Don't get me wrong. I would any day I would take the Corvette, any year of the Corvette. Yes, there was ones. We had a 66. No, that was the 67. That was the Super Sport. 60. I think it was the 66 Corvette. And yeah, with 327 in it, I'd be more than happy to have that. Hell, you could put that in 3rd gear, run it to red line, and dump the clutch, and it would spin off the line. I mean, not that I ever did that. I mean, you get into vintage muscle cars, and I am not narrow-minded at all. My first love would be Dodges, GTX, the Challenger, the Charger, a Daytona, Roadrunner. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Ford, older Fords. Most of them all had something to do with the Mustang. I mean, my dream car, if right now I was just given the chance to have one thing, it would be a modernized. Now, when I say modern, I want an actual 1967 Shelby GT 500 body. But I would rather have that body sitting on a modern state-of-the-art chassis. Big brakes, big shocks, good suspension, modern electronics, you know, the power windows and the power doors. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd be happy to keep it a complete old school, just a complete original. But now, I know there's several companies, and there's ones that are completely endorsed by Carroll Shelby before he passed away, like the toy shop in Canada. You can go whatever your wallet wants. You can go get a Shelby GT500 with 700 to 1,000 horsepower. It's all up to your wallet. That's what I would prefer. But to have just a stock original one, I'm also good with that. That's the dream car. Then after that, just about anything between 1968 and 1971 in the Dodge family. First and foremost would probably be a GTX, and then a Challenger. Then when you get over to Chevrolet, shit, there's so much to choose from. Do a Restro mod on a Nova and put a big power plant in it. The Chevelle SS, Monte Carlos, yeah, just about any of them. Nova, I mean, a Restro mod on, say, like a Nomad, or like what my mom had. My mom had a 65 Vista Cruiser, 65 or 66 Vista Cruiser. And the Vista Cruisers, if you were in the back seat and looked up, over the driver and passenger head was here, and then it would taper up to the new higher roof line. For the back part of it was a station wagon, and it had Vista windows, so it was where it stepped up was glass, and then it was glass where the side window turned up under the roof line, and it had the pop-up seat in the back. As kids, I remember sitting in the back seat, and you look straight out the back window. That was awesome. That had the 327 rocket in it. But no, I'll get to the rest of your conversation. But I would never rip on a Chevelle. Absolutely would. Matter of fact, Wade just put up a thing on Facebook recently. Would you rather have this Chevelle, Resto Mod Chevelle, or this Mustang, Shelby Mustang? And I just answered yes. Dude, it's on. We are now enemies. I've got a 1971 Chevelle, and I'm gonna drive up there and give the two of you a talking to, or maybe I'll assume you meant Chevettes. P.S. I called it blunts. Yeah. Okay. If you're gonna come up here to give me a talking to, you can pretend I said Chevelle. Smile Money Top 10. It's Matt. Now back to sleep. Poco Loco. I should turn the Ebomi show, or you should turn the Ebomi show into a shit show filled with shenanigans and fuckery. Possible. I thought it was anyway. Poco Loco, I could see you and Matt doing a show like this one. You won't get a copyright strike. They're cool.
The following program is in no way representative of the high-quality programming usually seen on this television network. The views expressed and fishing techniques demonstrated are not endorsed by this station. The following is not a news broadcast.
Fishmaster, sponsored in part by Fishmaster Brew, now available in half-gallon sizes.
Welcome to the best Fishmasters ever. Today we're not going to be fishing. Today we're going to be hunting with guns and everything out in the middle of nowhere in this wild, remote area. We're going to be hunting for animals and stuff. That's why we got us a guide. Now he's hunted elephant with John Huston, and he's fished with Ernest Hemingway, and he's shot for bears with Buck McNeely, and he's done a lot of great stuff like that. He's been like bow and arrow hunting with Ted Nugent.
Okay, it's 24 minutes long. I'll have to check that out, Poco, at a later date. Or later today. Poco, damn, that's a nice monkey. Damn, that's a nice monkey. Could do without the Fro Manchu at the top, though. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. The monkey. McLean, holy shit. I spend all my comments on bullshit, then you pull out the shaving vid. P.S. Matt doesn't know what a clitoris is, and them lips look like the jerky you just ate. Yeah. Poco, the end of this is fucked up. Matt Davis, well, at least the last show ever was a good one. Bye, everyone. Island Gal, 57, Jules. Hey, Eric and Matt. Jules. Douglas, nice. Arby's was the best. Arby's has the best meat flaps. Smile money. Okay, checked out the weather forecast for Duluth. Only a 10% chance of rain, partly cloudy, low 70s. Now, unless there is a dark cloud that follows you, you should be. There should be a range video. There better be a range video of some sorts. I brought my phone, 2 cameras, 2 video cards, 2 tripods. I mean, I did check. At least the very first video was good. That was me. My very first thing. The very first thing I wanted to shoot was the 629. And surprisingly, I did not have a single fail to feed. Smile money. The ballots are finalized before the nomination conventions in your state. So if a fake ballots are mailed out by Russians and people think that they voted, but the fake ballots are mailed to the dumb, I don't necessarily know, Smile Money, that I would throw dumb overall as a category in there. I mean, it looks completely legit. It comes from the voter whatever. I can go upstairs and grab mine right now. Yeah, I don't, it's, please finish putting your serial number here. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, the only reason it's not in the garbage is so that I could actually, prove, to John. John has his in Maine, so if John has his in Maine and I got mine in Minnesota, how many of these things you think are out there? And what John basically is saying is, yeah, if you go ahead and fill that out and send it in, they're just going to go, oh, this is someone that thinks that he voted for Trump. Crumple, crumple, in the garbage it goes. And now, you just thought you voted. But you didn't. Because you got played. And who is the fucking game players all the time when it comes to the voting? The Democrats. I mean, I made this story. I mean, remember when that douchebag Al Franken... you can't even make this shit up. I mean, 100%. 100% of every resident in one of our southern precincts voted. That in itself is fucking bullshit. I don't think anywhere ever have you had 100% turnout. But we had it. We had 100% turnout, and surprise, surprise, every single person voted for Al Franken. There was so much fucking fraud going on. They found ballots in the back of some of the this one pollster's car, and just if it happened with one, how many other do you think happened? And I don't even remember what her fucking rambling bullshit was. And lo and behold, Al Franken wins, and people like me are lighting up the phone banks with our representatives saying, you need to fucking push this issue. An election was stolen from Coleman. Oh, well, we don't, he probably won anyway, and we just want to take the higher road. You're a fucking loser. And that's why I said yesterday, it doesn't matter if you have a D or an R after your name. For a lot of us, you're a them, and we're an us. And you need to start fucking representing us. Because our founding fathers set this shit up to make sure that you don't do what the Democrats are trying to pull off in this election cycle. There's a reason our founding fathers gave us the right. It was never set up so that we could go fucking hunt Bambi with our single-shot Nerf gun. It was set up so we had all the fucking means we could to overpower a tyrannical government. Period. And to be totally honest, these really aren't good enough to shotgun 3 of them, but it was a little tempit out there at the range. Let us read more. There's a barrage back and forth between NIHAP and Smile Money, and NIHAP is basically saying, there's just a whole bunch of shit that just, I don't want to put words in his own mouth, but I don't know how many comments there are. Okay, fine, it's political, and I'll read it. NIHAP. Here in New York, the election board sent out questionnaires to registered voters. There you could opt to vote absentee for any or all of the upcoming elections. Since we have a closed primary here where you only see your party's candidate on the ballot. Smile Money says, the absentee process in PA is acceptable to me. The problem is many people are stupid and make mistakes. Then when you have an election officials trying to interpret their intent, that results in fraud. Yes. Voter rolls do not track, do not remove people that have died. My daughter moved to New Jersey 4 years ago, and she's still registered to vote here. Just mailing your ballot to registered voters first is wasteful, since basically in the primary 20% of voters turnout is normal. If many politicians now support looting, then voter fraud is a given. And then IHAP says, if a person dies or moves away, likely the ballot will be returned to the sender. I can see some operatives opening them and stuffing the box. But here, a ballot won't exist unless a voter requests it. I don't think the Pelosi method has any checks and balances. It sounded like a ghetto website. Print a ballot and mail it in. Very easy to counterfeit ballots and stuff the boxes. Yeah, that's why it should be constitutionally null and void. It should be illegal, and it shouldn't be fucking allowed to happen. And again, I've said this before, and I'll be happy to say it again, and I hope some Democrat libtard is fucking hearing this. If someone like Barack Obama wants it, you know it's complete fraud. Complete bullshit fraud if Obama endorses it. The worst fucking president we ever had. Jimmy Carter's going, whew. Yep. Got taken out of that category. Steven! Laugh Out Loud reviewed this last weekend. It's in the rotation and be up in over a month. Got 12 packs for $8. Picked up 2. Yeah, I'm shocked at the fact that I really honestly like the watermelon one the best, and that's, again, shocking. What the fuck? Oh, Matt and Smile Money going back and forth at it, and I really don't want any part of it. Smile Money, I tell you what, I'll start with yours, and then I'll be on to whiskey shots. Just so you don't think yeah. Sub comments, be gone. Smart Money says, so you and Matt plan for controlling the spread of the virus is just to ignore it and believe it is just fake news. Yeah, I believe, I'll be happy to answer that, Smile Money. I believe the numbers are all bullshit. I don't believe it's a fake virus. I believe we have fucking viruses every goddamn year. Every fucking year. Why did we close the world down? Do you honestly take the wanting to fuck with me out of this? Do you think we'd be having this conversation if Donald Trump wasn't in office? Yes or no? It's that simple. How many of you, raise your hand, think this whole virus thing would immediately all be gone if Biden wins in a matter of days, next month, November? How many of you honestly think we'd even be talking about wearing masks and shutting down businesses and destroying the economy of the United States of America if Donald Trump wasn't our president? The history has shown we had something that was just as bad as COVID when Obama was in office. And go ahead, ask how many people even remember what it even was. See? Nobody fucking remembers. It's all a fucking political stunt. And the numbers are such archaic bullshit. Yeah. If it was in my power, we'd return to normal. People that get it and get sick, unfortunately, people die. People die every year of the common cold. People die every year of whatever strain of virus that we have. We haven't been able to conquer anyone up to this point in time. So why all of a sudden are we putting everybody in diapers and telling them that they have to stay home? We have to social distance. You know what? You have to wear your mask when you walk into the restaurant and walk over to your table, but as soon as you get to your table, you can take it off. You're going to be here for an hour or whatever, you can take it all off, but heaven forbid, if while you're sitting at your fucking table, you got to take a piss, you better put your mask on so you can walk over to there. And then, let's all literally wear a fucking contaminant on our face. Doesn't do a fucking thing. The molecules, the separation, the opening, and people wearing a fucking scarf, that's okay. A fucking scarf. Got a big gap right here. Whatever. Then criticize people that do not wear the mask properly. Well, yeah. Fuck yeah. If you're going to go on and on and on about having to wear a mask, then what difference does it make? Why make someone wear it at all if it isn't the right kind of mask being worn properly? The right mask is like $200 and something. It should have an inlet and an outlet filtration system on it. I mean, what's more dangerous? The COVID virus or painting a 1971 Chevelle asking for a friend? Because I'm telling you right now, if you wore that bandana, well, spray painting that car, you probably won't live to see tomorrow. Upper Darby Township is unable to collect trash because the majority of their workers came down with the virus at the same time. Bummer. Imagine the public water supply workers out for 14 days, the fire department, police department, nurses, doctors. Yeah, maybe it'd be all over by now if we weren't, containing the end result is, I believe the end result was going to always be the same. So, do we spread it out over a couple of years? Or do we just let it run its course? People build up their antibodies and we move on. Like every year up to this point in time, with stuff that was as, if not more dangerous. Departments, nurses, doctors, grocery store workers. Masks are not the best answer, but Johns Hopkins, Stanford University, Mayo Clinic research suggests that they have benefits. Ends have to outweigh the means. They also have found that masks work better. So Matt's phone research may not be the best source of information. Smile money. So your doctor's story is exactly why the masks are recommended as for shields. Shields prevent a sneeze from spreading further than 6 feet. You may, keep someone else's spittle from hitting your face. Smile money. Wrap a maxi pad around the grip of your girly man. Sharky, thanks for the guns. Need more knives though. Damn, those look like shot glasses in the 629. Sweet, shooting shots. Yeah, maybe that's what I could do. Get the I don't know which one is where. That's the Hornady, and this is the soup cans. Yeah, maybe I could just use that as my my shot glass. I did not try one of these. I know. Oh my God, we don't know if these are gonna cycle correctly in your revolver because you didn't take the time to shoot some. Mikey only gave me 10 of these, so I'm gonna save these for protesters. Oh shit, Sharky, Sharky? It's my money. Sexual commentary over an educational video. I'm thinking might be a problem. Well, I don't know. It was educational commentary. Sexual commentary. It's my money. Yeah, Ralphie's aunt in the Christmas story gave him pink bunny pajamas, and yet they were worn only once. So your hat is still your hat is still fair game. Smile money. Molson's, that is like Canadian American beer. Matt's new advertising slogan for them. Nice. Oh, smile money, stop. Smile money. 6-pack challenge, prairie dog hunt. So many unkept promises, Matt. Oh, don't forget about the Lake Superior fish charter. Matt knows a guy that has a friend that knows somebody that knows a guy that has a neighbor that lives next to a guy that works for Quick Trip that does a charter thing out on Lake Superior, and it's like $450 to charter the boat for the day. So, and I'm not sure how many people the boat maxes out on, but Matt had. I mean, I'm not ripping on it at all. I just don't have any fucking money. And David Brown does like fishing, but he said that he has ADD, and between the two of us, we'd probably be fucking bored as fuck before it even got through the canal. And who sent it? Clyde. Clyde sent me a video saying, "Is this Duluth?" Yep, Clyde. The big fucking rollers going through our canal. They go they go right up and over the breakwater walls. Yeah, you do not want to be standing down there when the weather's like that. He sent me a video, and it was the Coast Guard comes rolling in, and they actually do a quick turn and then just kind of sit there, and that's that. Clyde, right where the Coast Guard boat does its turnaround, our lift bridge is literally right there. I don't think it ever actually makes it into the video. I think the person filming might have been on the bridge. Believe it or not, at one point in time, in my lifetime, you were actually able to walk onto the lift bridge when a ship was coming through, and of course the gates would come down, so cars could not go on because it's not balanced. You should see the weights that make our bridge happen. Our bridge goes up. That's because that's kind of funny. Lift bridge. Nice segue. But they would allow pedestrians to actually walk onto the bridge. You could stand on the bridge when it went up. The bridge operator is actually on the bridge. When you're in the bridge operator's house, you can open the door and walk out and look down as the cars are going. The Google Duluth aerial lift bridge. See what it looks like. It's a very cool thing. It's had updates over the years. At one point in time, it was basically just a trolley that went across. So that wouldn't work out today. I mean, hey, there's a fire on the end of Park Point because that bridge goes to a dead end location. If you look at it on, say, Google Earth, it looks like you could drive from Duluth to Superior, Wisconsin, but you really cannot. Sharky, I still want to do the prank where you and a few mates wear a fake hazmat suit and a gas mask, run into a store and just shout, "Where the fuck did he go?" Oh God, yeah, that would be fun, as long as someone has bail for me. Sharky, too bad she took the landing strip away. How the fuck do you know where to land? Damn it! Getting there on comments. I should pick up my pace on this here beerski. Sharky. Oh, good mojitos are good drinking. I remember a few years ago being on vacation in an all-in resort. The pool bar made fine mojitos with fresh mint and good rum. Our group of parents had plenty while our kids played on the slides. We made plenty friends that year. Steven, dude, your phone needs to be your main camera if you can make it happen. You'll never go back. The quality is great and using the wired mic is amazing. Just do not go with a powered one. I thought it'd be amazing, but when it dies, you don't know, and you're screwed. You'd think there'd be like a powered mic that either A, had rechargeable batteries, or B, some kind of a way of letting you know. I don't know. Yeah, but I understand. That would suck to find out that you just nailed it, or you did something you can't go back and redo. Like, I don't know, blow up Nancy Pelosi's house. Something like that, and it's part of your YouTube video, and it's just like, and you hear, and in 3, 2... Steve, I will admit my my now aging Note 9 does take a relatively awesome picture. Definitely better than this camera, and definitely better than the camera that Tom gave me, which takes a better picture than this one. For some reason, this one's got a few more options, which I don't understand. But the problem is that because it is such a high quality thing, even though my computer is now, what, 2.5 or 3 years old, and at the time I sold a frickin' pretty expensive boat and used 100% and then some of the revenue to have my computer built, it struggles. Sometimes it struggles with video from my phone. I guess there's a way around that too. New computer. Yeah, right. I'll be on the corner with a sign. Need money. Building a computer. Steve, sold my purple 7.5-inch AR pistol. Made about $130. So what did I do with the money? Put it in the bank, laugh out loud. Want some cash to fall back on later. That's just silly, Steve. Mike, hey. Here, cheers. Mike. Mike again. Where is Sam or David? Oh, hi, Matt, he says. Mike again. The old radio shows were great. Yeah, actually, I listened to an episode of Mindwebs on the way out to the range this morning, and I listened to an episode of Mindwebs on the way back from the range to the house. And again, whoever sent this is awesome. I need to throw this in the computer and see, because I love the show. I'm seriously, check it out. Check it out. If you, I mean, I could go down the line and tell you the ones that I really, really like, but they all are worth checking out. I mean, like I said, if you go to the website, go to that, do a search, and you find the original official site for Michael Hansen and Mindwebs, and the very first thing you're going to see is Michael Hansen wearing his hat, and right below that are all the episodes. They're like the other ones, like the link that John had. Some of them sounded like you were listening to the actual episode, and a lot of the episode links that were on the ones that John sent me sounded like somebody was playing it on a cheap AM radio and recording it with a Panasonic cassette recorder, and now that's what you're listening to. Really shitty quality. The ones that are at the Michael Hansen site, if I remember, I'll put a top link in the description box. I'll do my best to try to remember. But if you are into sci-fi and radio shows, Michael Hansen's Mindwebs is just mind blown. And just so that you don't rule it off on whatever the first few episodes are, start with episode 69. I know it sounds funny, but episode 69 is the one that I would want you to start with. The last question. To me, that was the one. I just think about that episode and I start to get like a boner. Wheels and levers. Goodbye, boys. Bottoms up. Rye whiskey. Or no, sorry. Good job. Good job, boys. Bottoms up. Rye whiskey. And I can say to Wheels and Levers always, this is not fair, Cobra. I cannot fucking take a $5 hit for reading a suggestion from YouTube. I have the 3 suggestions. I can say always, and already. I'm unfortunately going to have to go with the one that cost me $5, and now it's going to probably cost me $10. Din Scourge. So when's the Bizarro video where you visit Matt in his man cave? That would be scary. Wheels and Levers. Here's the problem. I think the only rye whiskey I had in the house was the bottle Matt. The bottle that Matt bought, and we finished that off yesterday. No, that's Irish whiskey. That's Irish whiskey. That's single malt Scotch. Yeah, I cannot fulfill your wishes. The closest that I could even come is a shot from the Infinity, because if this helps, I know there's rye whiskey in here. This has been updated though, and I have not had anything since this batch has been maturing. Ooh-wee! Have I mentioned that officially, as of right now, it is 3:42 in the afternoon, and I have yet to have breakfast today. Now, I did have some Korean barbecue jerky on the way out to the range, and a little bit of the Colorado from Superior Meats on the way out to the range. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was rye-ish. At this point in time, I'm going to assume either that or play the wild card and not do any more shots. One or the other. You know, I know that Kimber, especially over the years, and I will fully admit that Kimber has taken has taken the rap on some quality issues. But I have been 1911 blessed, and I have not owned one of their shit examples of a gun. I mean, even this one, after all of this time, the blue... Hang on, sorry. The bluing still looks pretty good, considering I have not treated this gun like a safe queen. As you guys know, I have carried the shit out of this. This is the side that is more telltale of that, like back here on its butt. It's getting a little wear because it touches me, sweating my ass off mowing the lawn. And of course, I had to, do a little meism on the front there and polished it. This kit came with the Wilson Combat short guide rod and spring setup in it, and I just didn't want that. I wanted to keep with the what this gun originally had. It's just a sexy and oh so accurate. Oh shit. I mean, bang. Bang is what I said right there. Steven again. Laugh out loud. Did YouTube remove my comment for saying her cooter looked like you were going 110 on a dry, rotten tire and then it blew up? Figures. I can't talk about it, but they can show it. Who wants me to make a video on how to shave a pickle? No, I guess they did remove your comment for that. Yeah, if you think about it, you can go find videos where they're shaving vaginas, and yet you can't make a comment about shaving a vagina? Okay. Gun Wild with the three answers. So what does Korean barbecue jerky taste like? Sweet? Spicy? How does it compare to teriyaki? My favorite is teriyaki, but I didn't see it on the eBay store. I can say it's good, so good, or I love it. This was not going to answer his question, but he's kidding. It's so good. That's a good question, Gunwild. The Korean... Okay, I don't know if you've had a combination of any of these, but imagine taking a very little bit of a barbecue sauce, like a Texas barbecue sauce, like Boondockers, and you mix in a little bit of, say, a teriyaki sauce and a little bit of the duck sauce, if you've ever had the duck sauce. That is also a Oriental sauce. So what it has is a little bit of spice. Now I know I've had stuff where I honestly didn't think it had any spice level at all, and then people are like, "You asshole, you're fucking with me," and I'm like, "You thought that was hot? I apologize." I would say it has just as full disclosure, it has the ever nuance of a little bit of a zing, but it's not really about a heat. But it's kind of like somewhere between teriyaki and a Texas barbecue. It reminds me a little bit of, again, a duck sauce has been added in there. And if you have a duck sauce, is a very dark, like gravy looking sauce. Yeah, so far of the ones that I've had from Hell Beef, the Korean barbecue is the one that I'm liking a lot. But like Matt was saying, or like I said to Matt, I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want, if as of right now, I wouldn't commit to saying if it's the only one from their company I could ever have, that'd be the one that I'd get forever. You know, I want to give that spicy one a try, but the pepper was excellent. The pepper was excellent. Of course, there's two different styles here. The one was more like a beef stick or a, you know, and the other ones kind of look like little cow pies. But I tell you, the company's very consistent. It has, it doesn't have the near crunchiness that this batch of Colorado has, but it's, I don't know. I guess I better I guess I better quit working for myself and work for some company where I can get some good dental care, because I'm gonna be really pissed off if my end up being one of these people that you can't eat half the shit that you want to because your teeth don't play along. And obviously, one of the very first things I would think would be on that list would be beef jerky. So I don't know if that helps, Gunwild, but it's not teriyaki, but, you know, it's, if you're a big fan of teriyaki, I don't think you would hate it. If you're here right now, I think I have a few pieces left in the upstairs fridge, but there's, once open the bag, try to use it within 7 days. Okay, how about try not to eat it all in one sitting, you pig? Sorry, it's fucking good. It's really good. Gunwild, my doctor told me all the entry medical buildings will be required to wear a mask for at least the next 2 years. Hopefully this bullshit is over before that, maybe like November 4th. Yeah, that's Gunwild. Van Halen over Van Hagar. Love Sammy, but not with Van Halen. And I know. I knew you were going to leave that comment because I know how you feel about the Van Halen with David Lee Roth. To me, it's two separate bands, just like it is for you. And I'm a bigger fan of Sammy Hagar, and have always been. I would leave Van Halen. I would have, if before Sammy Hagar joined Van Halen, if someone just said, "Who do you like better, Van Halen or Sammy Hagar?" Oh, hands down, Hagar. Yeah, I just thought he was just a cooler person and all of the above. So I kind of have some skepticism in there. But when it comes song for song, I have more things in my love list that have something to do with Sammy Hagar than I do with Van Halen. You know, when Sammy joined, I probably, off the top of my head, there's probably, of all of the albums from David Lee Roth Van Halen, there's probably 10 things that I like. And when Sammy Hagar joined, I can think of one album alone I like everything but 2 songs on it. So, I mean, to each his own. I mean, that's why we, I'm not saying that. I'd never say that Gunwild was wrong and I was right. It comes down to personal taste, and it's awesome that it's out there. So, Gunwild, I mean, we're also arguing about two of my favorite group acts. Period. So it's like either way, as people listening to the music, we are the winners. Wow, that sounded so coach-like. And Gunwild, you had the last comment before we go to the Two-Hearted Ed Club to the sunny slopes of long ago, Mr. Holster, and hashtag Justin's Final Mission. So, like I said, all I could think of today not only when I chose this, I was like, the SW99, European plastic garbage. And as far as I'm concerned, there's quite a few things in that safe that I would be willing to get rid of before I would want to get rid of this guy. Not to mention, it's in the 45 ACP, man. It's everything that I like. It's a Walther, and it's pushing the man stop around. Oh, but I have to say, if you're ever up here and you want to take a few shots out of a 1911, this guy here will impress the hell out of you. There was a lot of bullseyes involved with this guy. Just a fantastic day. David, Bunky, Tom. Yeah, Smile Money's like on CC, but seriously, I would not go. I would not go next weekend. I need to run out to the shack. You know, if David or Bunky, you want to come with, J-Dog, more than welcome. The thing is it's just going to be basically it's kind of a long, tedious day where it's take a shot and compare, because I need to bring at least 5 or 6 things out there to sight into 100 yards, and then, try to find the means of being able to stretch that distance out a little bit more. But, God, it's like, I don't even know what I'm going to do to the poor Project Overkill now. Project Overkill, I would honestly rather have a scope on that. Right or wrong, I actually think I'm probably going to take the scope off of the original Palmetto State 308 and put the Vortec red dot on it. The one 308 was kind of always meant for 100 yards and in, and the other 308 was meant for 100 yards and out. So. And besides that, if I wanted to replace that scope, it's no big deal. That was one of the ones, that I reviewed for the Chinese. That is something that we need to work on as a society. I believe there's some bad. You can quote me on this as of this date. I believe there's going to be some bad shit on the horizon with us and the Chinese. We need to fucking start making our own products. We need to stop being reliant on the Chinese. They don't have our back. You think because you can fucking head off to Walmart and 90% of everything that you purchase at Walmart comes from China, that's a good thing? That is a absolutely terrible thing. I almost fear what's going to happen with us in China more than what's going to happen in the election. I already know in my heart that there's no way Biden wins. There's no way Biden wins. I don't give a fuck what CNN, ABC, CBS, NBC, all these fucking tainted places are telling you. They're I fucking know Democrats that are going to vote for Trump. I flat out know Democrats that are going to vote for Trump because they do not believe in socialism. It was like, okay, too far. You fuckers have all gone too far. Don't like Trump, but I cannot see us going down this dark, evil fucking hole called socialism. So yeah, I'm looking at a scope made in China, and all of a sudden I have a fucking dissertation like that. But it's the fact. I fear what is going to happen between us and China more than the election. I mean, unless they're able to pull off so much fraud that they're able to stop a landslide. And it may be possible, especially with all this fucking mail your votes in. Hey, look, we just found a whole truck full of votes, all for Biden. Weird. 127% of the voting district voted for Biden. Okay, let's go to the club. First in is Gunwild. Subscribe button is red, Matt, not blue, rookie. Nihap, whiskey. Oh, come on. You're supposed to be an ally here, not... Okay, fine. Tell you what, Nihap. If you're going to call me on a shot, I'm breaking rule number 1 with Nihap. We're going straight for some good shit. Granted, I'm not doing a shot from a $300 bottle. Even I don't know if I could. Well, there is circumstances I could do that. There's lots of circumstances I can think that I would do that. In honor of Scott, in honor of Justin, in honor of Ed. Oh my. Oh my. Cheers. $55.5%. Oh, that just tastes so good. I would actually, Gunwild, I would have grabbed some of that Korean jerky, but it's actually upstairs in the refrigerator. Down here is the Colorado. It would have been, I would have saved some money if I would have just bought some cocaine, but one of the guys that recognizes me and knows that I'm a beef jerky Colorado fan, he goes, it's not out yet, but the batch is ready to go. So if you want some, I'm like, did you guys pull off the crunchy batch? Because if you did, I'll take 1.5 pounds. Actually, I told her, I said I wanted at least 1 pound. I said, but because a lot of times if you say I want 1 pound and it comes up to 1 pound and 2 ounces, they're like, you want me to take some out? So she puts it on the scale and it's 1.5 pounds. And she goes, it's 1.5 pounds. And I go, damn it! Kind of looked like a little fish until I bit its head off. Nipples just got hard. Steven, shit show in session. DFC, I hope you had a great range day, E. I did. I have the 3 answers. I'm hitting them up with I did. Last comment, Gunwild. Oh, that first one was actually, that first one might actually be a comment to the comments. And Gunwild, last comment, cheers to all you motherfuckers. Motherfuckers! Oh. Uh-oh. Hit the refresh button. J-Dog. Heart Club, Mr. Holster. Yeah, we can just hang out and watch me eat beef jerky. How's that for a DIY video? So, McLean, what you want to do is you want to nibble off a small piece. So, my goal is to maybe a little bit of an angle right there. Nailed it. Now, you just keep chewing it and rolling it. Keep doing that. That seasoning that they use, whatever the fuck it is, just keeps coming out. Now don't get excited and swallow like Joey would. Just kind of keep breaking it down, breaking it down. It's the only goddamn thing you've had today other than alcohol, so just enjoy it. That's the shit right there. I say overall, I'm going to give some, just, if you're wearing headphones, get the hell out. I'm going to go in for some cowbell for a nice day with friends. Bunky. And Tom. And, oh yeah, David was there too. And a day at the range, being able to utilize our freedoms, and you guys for being part of this family and making this for me what it is. I'm gonna cowbell the fuck out of this. I'm gonna smile money cowbell this bitch. I feel good about that. Oops. Nope. J-Dog keeps it. Lift Bridge. Mango Blonde. An ale brewed with mango and natural flavors added. 4.75%. Lift Bridge. It's kind of funny because, I don't know, did they actually have a little picture or anything? No. Lift Bridge is actually brewed in Stillwater, Minnesota, which recently had some problems with the pieces of shit, but they took care of stuff. Overall, it's drinkable. I'd maybe throw it in the lawnmower beer category. Overall, I'm gonna give this a 6.5. Okay, try to get the first range video up. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I kind of have them put together. I'll have them kind of put together and to correlate. Like, I don't think over on the other channel anybody has seen the links, so I kind of worked the two of those together. But yeah, this I never thought I would actually say this. I love carrying a revolver as a EDC gun, and the fact that it's only a 6-shot of 44 Magnum, but of course I'm carrying 2 speed loaders in my pocket, kind of the big equalizer. And life is short. Life is ridiculously short, so why is there so many assholes out there? And if you can tell me why you wouldn't want to carry this. I'm up for hearing about it, but for me, none of us, we don't get to live forever, and this is such a beautiful firearm. I would rather it was on my side than in the safe. So again, Bunky, David Brown, Altmont Grips, and my brother-in-law for making this all. Yeah, there you go. You can see 5 out of 6. Making this all a possibility. I've seen people put up videos before. Would you carry a revolver as an EDC gun? And it seems like I hate this fucking holster. It seems like a majority of people would probably answer no to that. I have completely changed my mind. A well-placed shot with a .44 Magnum, and you don't have to worry about that guy attempting anything else. Now you can just focus on the other 5 if there actually is that many. So, again, like I've always said, life is short. Make good friends and keep them. Don't let the petty shit divide you, because what good? What good does it do? And keep your powder dry. Cheers, guys.